Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie for those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island Season 10, Episode 38. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell. That's what I say, right? Yo, why am I having a brain fart right now? And leave a comment down below. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't even know what just happened. Yeah, okay, let's get into it. All right. So after Molly walks away from Zach, he decides to go and talk to Katie. And I thought it was to explain himself, but it's actually to question her.
Oh, yeah, man, I just want to know what was almost said, if I'm honest.
I fancy Zach. Like, everyone knows I fancy Zach. At the end of the day, I came in and coupled up with you. Like, that was it.
We're both cracking on. You fancy someone, I'm in a good place.
Yeah.
Did you guys peep what Zachariah said? He said to Katie, I know you fancy someone and I'm in a good place. Could be nitpicking, but to me, I feel like that verbiage is deliberate. Is deliberate. And even if it isn't deliberate, it's clearly something that's playing on his mind, whether consciously or subconsciously. I'm like, why are you only just in a good place? Don't you want to be in a thriving relationship? Don't you want to be fancying your person too? I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just like in a good place. To me, kind of reinforces what Whitney was saying and that he's choosing the comfortable route. Does that mean that's his most passionate route? Maybe not. Comfortable isn't always where passion lies. You know what I mean? So yeah, that wording, I was looking at Zach like, interesting. Mitch is really not a fan of cop-out answers, as we know, and Jess in the challenge copped out, so he's not a fan.
A lot of people in these challenges always cop out.
Yeah.
We'll do that, we'll do this. I didn't expect you to.
I thought it would have been more of a funny situation. If I knew you was going to take it, then
Listen,
I
I
wouldn't have
took
done
all
it.
of them very well. Come
All
on,
right,
Jess,
well, I'm
prove to me that
sorry. And I didn't realise you was going to get that many pies. If I knew that, I wouldn't have done it.
You know what, though? I kind of hear what he's saying. Because if you're going to give me a reason for something, let it be a valid reason. Same thing with what Molly said. Don't say, oh, my mind was flooded or whatever. The fact of the matter is there was somebody in your mind to kiss and you kissed them. Give me a real answer. The frou-frou doesn't work for me. With Mitch, he's saying, don't do this fluffy answer. And just because we're friends, you're going to think I'm just going to laugh it off. Give me a real reason. Now, I'm also like, okay, Mitch, relax. Relax. Jess is literally your friend. You guys have been besties from day one. She meant no malicious thing about it. But at the end of the day, because this is going to contradict what I want to say later, so I have to fix it now. At the end of the day, he was hurt. And so it was good for Jess to apologize and, they're going to move on. My thing with Mitch that is important to note is that whenever he is offended, it's a big issue. When he offends others, he expects all the grace in the world. So he's talking to Ella and he's basically saying, oh yeah, now I'm all in on you, after he had just finished wanting to rekindle with Abby and would have if she had said yes. So I'm just like, again, you don't understand how your actions affect other people, but when other people affect you, you need them to be on their hands and knees apologizing till kingdom come. No, absolutely not, Mitch. Like, it's definitely a double standard, and he needs to examine that, in my opinion. Now Zach wants to talk to Whitney, and I'm not gonna lie, I had my eye glued to the screen to make sure he didn't even squint at her the wrong way.
I'm good. Hopefully you've calmed down.
No, I wasn't coming on smoke.
You need to apologise for telling me to shut up.
No, you're not. Yeah, you're right. Apologies for that.
Maybe you like a chill girl that you can get away with more things with. Don't let a good one go. She's a good one.
No, she's a good one.
Yeah.
One thing about Whitney, she's gonna get an apology and she's gonna make sure you know what you're apologizing for. I said one thing, but it's two. Don't worry about that. I loved it. Don't just say, you know what, my bad. What are you sorry for? And you better be genuine about this apology. Now, she did backtrack though. She backtracked and she said, oh, well, maybe you do want somebody who is more demure. I honestly don't think he does. I do think that he likes Molly. I don't think that is in question, but is this somebody who he would want to entertain in this season of his life, I don't know. I feel like with what Molly is trying to say she can see the future of in their relationship, he would want later down the line. But the pattern we've seen of Zach, I just don't know if what Molly's providing is what he's looking for right now. So that's where my personal like uncertainty comes from. I do think right now he would enjoy a more feisty kind of girl. Yeah, I'm gonna stand on that. I think, yeah. Abby is now talking to Scott on the terrace, and she's calling Mitch a loser. And I'm just like, but baby girl, you act the same way as him. You could do with that information what you may.
Anyway, he's just a loser. Bye.
Anyway, we both been
Bye,
through a
bitch.
situation.
Like being touchy and
Touchy,
stuff.
yeah, touchy
I
feel.
like it.
Yeah, we had a good cuddle in bed last night, didn't we? So
Yeah.
go away. No.
This girl was fiending for a kiss from Scott. And he eventually gave it to her, but I was like, you don't see this woman burning holes into the side of your head? Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, my stomach was turning, but honestly, at the end of the day, you like it, I love it. I'm very indifferent, honestly, when it comes to Scott. I liked him when he was with Catherine, but now that he's not with Catherine, I'm kind of just like, meh. So his partnership with Abby doesn't do anything for me. If it does something for y'all, please let me know what it is, because I'm trying to get on the ship, and the ship, it's not looking good. In bed, Uzi is still rattled about the situation with Katie and Zach, and she's trying to dismiss it because she had already apologized, and she's like, I already said sorry. What do you want me to do about it, right? And I'm of two minds. When you see somebody who you're intimate with, scratch that. When you see somebody, period, be negatively affected by your own actions, you kind of have to give them that grace to work through their emotions and to get back to where things used to be. So for her to be like, I already said sorry. Okay, and I'm still hurting over it. Like, what the hell? The other side of me is thinking, if Uzi didn't feel like the apology was adequate, okay, we're still recording. If Uzi didn't think the apology was adequate, he didn't have to accept it. One thing about me is I'm only going to accept an I'm sorry or accept an apology once I work through it. The other answer you'll get from me is, thank you for the apology. I'm still processing through my emotions, so I don't know if I can give you forgiveness yet. And I feel like that's okay to say, because now when you accept an apology, the person is thinking, okay, we're good. And now you're bringing it up. It's kind of like, okay, so what was the point of us having that dialogue if we're going to go back to where we were before we had just said our sorries and kept it pushing? You know what I mean? So I'm just like, Katie, you need to be a little bit more sensitive at the fact that you hurt this man's feelings, but also Uzi, honor your feelings. And if you don't feel like accepting an apology, you don't have to. The Islanders get a text that they will be leaving the villa. I skipped the complete Rio Aura part. So if something happened in there, I don't know, I missed it. But then we have a few scenes of Molly, and typically I'm not a fan of Molly Island, but honestly, points were made on Molly's end, and I'm still riding with Molly. What a sad day. So she is saying she's hurt, and she definitely thought that Zach would consider her feelings a lot more at this point. However, Zach's ideology is, if there was a malicious intent, then you shouldn't be offended by my actions.
The fact that there was no malicious intent behind it was just like, it's just getting to me, bro, a little bit.
The next step of my mindset was to meet my family. And it's like...
It's even worse because there was no intention behind anything I done. I literally just did not think.
One thing that Zach doesn't understand is that oftentimes people aren't being malicious, but that doesn't matter. Intent literally does not matter when somebody's feelings are hurt, okay? The feelings are hurt. You need to acknowledge them. And unfortunately, even if you feel like you don't want to apologize, you have to apologize. I'm sorry that the actions that I did have now hurt you. What is so hard about that? I feel like intention at this point really does not matter at all. And he keeps saying, but I didn't even mean it in the bad way. So, and to make matters worse, when she then tried to express herself, and I feel like he really could have redeemed himself in the night before, the conversation they had the night before, but he just kept on dismissing her feelings. So I'm just like, yeah, she has every right to still be sulking about it. So then she comes over and she wants to talk to him, and he's still going on with this whole, like, I didn't mean it that way. But then he's also like, I already apologized. So if you're going to still be upset, that's your problem.
Come on. The only person I want is you. There is nothing between me and Katie. If you're having doubts about us, anything like that, after 6 weeks of how I've acted with you, told you the way I feel, I don't know what you want me to say.
I'm not gonna lie, my heart actually broke for Molly. It did. It did. She's talking about, I was ready to introduce you to my family and stuff like that. I don't know why you would want to do that. I don't know why you would want to do that. But okay. And so to have that mindset and then realize the person who you want to introduce has a mindset of still kind of being like aloof and not thinking things through and maybe isn't as serious as you are, that's heartbreaking. It is. I do feel like a part of her kind of should have seen it coming. I'm not even blaming her. I'm not blaming her. I'm just saying anybody with eyes could see Zach is for these streets. Zach and Tyrique, they're for the streets, honey. Like, nah, I do think there's going to be a season where Zach is ready to settle down with a girl like Molly. I just don't think that's right now. So to me, it's no surprise that he didn't think through the Katie thing because he's just not on that wavelength yet. He's still thinking maybe we're dating, we're just exploring things, whatever. But she's like, oh no, this is my man, my man, my man. Girl, maybe he's not. Maya arrives and she said they're going to do things a little bit differently. At first, when some people on Discord were saying it's probably going to be the favorite person or the favorite couple doing the dumping, I was like, you know what? I don't want the people to be tipped off on who is like top dog. But when I found out it was Whitney, I was like, oh, yeah. Listen, I know Whitney was sleeping good that night talking about tick, tick, tick. Oh, I would be so happy to know that every move I've made, every decision I've made, every conversation I've had is working in my favor. Like literally Whitney, okay, maybe one or two missteps, but Whitney has little to no missteps, and I love that for her, and I love that she got that reassurance, okay? So the people on the bottom, the couples on the bottom were Amber and Josh, Ella and Mitch, and Uzi and Katie, right? Amber and Josh immediately dumped because they're the bottom couple. Why did Amber say, oh, now I'm going to start my hot girl summer? How about you start your summer school, babe? What do you... Moving on. Then the bottom two couples, it's up to Whitney and Locken to vote them out, to vote one of them out, right? And so they actually have to plead their case as if this is Survivor.
I came into Casa and didn't even get a chance to speak to Uzi, and then I think our journey's just started from when we got in the villa.
I think for me, obviously, I came in, I took Mitch on a date. I've always wanted Mitch from day dot.
I honestly feel like both of the reasons were not good because Ella was not into Mitch off the bat. We know if Tyrique even gave her a sliver of hope, which she thought he did, she would have been all over that. That's number one. And number two, with Katie, she's talking about, I didn't have a chance to do this and I didn't have a chance to do that and this and that and this and that. This is literally your second time. You've had a whole season of challenges. And even furthermore, all the people who come out of Love Island know who you are. You have all this notoriety. You've gotten the biggest chance possible. Visibility. What are we talking about here? Anyways, they choose to save Mitch and Ella, which means Katie and Uzi are gone. Honestly, good riddance to you. KD, still don't know why Sammy's here. Who's voting for Sammy? Who's voting for Sammy? Are you voting for Jess? Guys, let's think rationally here, okay? I understand some people like Jess, but Jess and Sammy should not be together. Sammy should not be in this villa. What are we doing? It's fine, whatever. Katie and Uzi leaving does make sense to me. If they want to make it work, honestly, good on you. I hope it does work out, but I don't know. I feel like I want better for Uzi. I do. I want better for Uzi, and I know that after seeing him on TV, a lot of women's coaches are now gonna be moist for this Mia. Sorry to be crass, but I think he did good. I think he should pie that girl off, Miss Katie, and live his hot boy summer. Okay, I don't know what Amber's talking about, but he can have a hot boy summer for real. I didn't see the preview. I don't know if there was a preview. My internet was acting up or whatever. So y'all let me know what's supposed to happen in the next episode. Love Island USA starts tonight. So if you watch that show, even if you don't, stay tuned for that. That should be coming out later tonight if I can, but if not, early tomorrow morning. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.